My third grade teacher humiliated me, so I got revenge. When I was in third grade, my teacher was accepting book donations for the class. I had just gone to the Scholastic Book Fair and donated one of the 5 books I got. I thought it was cool seeing my book on the class shelf. My teacher was an older lady, probably in her mid-60s, and kind of crotchety. I kinda liked her, but that's because I liked all my teachers. I was an anxious but good kid who always followed the rules. But a few weeks after the book fair, I went to take an AR reading test. I was in a reading group that got pulled from class, so I had different things to do than the rest of the class, and I was supposed to use the computer to take a test during the class time, after I am done with my other work. I asked a kid, Kevin, if I could use the computer after him. He said yes. When I finished my test, which wasn't even for the same book as the rest of the class, the teacher held up a printed sheet of paper with names and said, "There's a cheater in here who cut the line," while looking at me. It turns out the class was taking their test on the book they were reading. But I didn't know there was a list to sign up for the computer because I wasn't even taking that test. I told her I didn't know, that it was an honest mistake, and this was third grade, and I literally started crying right there. She said I was a liar and gave me a pink slip for detention the next day, which I had to take it home to my parents, and I was so ashamed of it. It felt so terrible in the moment that I remember it 20 years later. The next week, she asked me to grab papers from her empty classroom during recess because she knew I was still the same obedient kid with anxiety, and so I did it. That's when I saw the book I donated on her shelf. I snapped. I grabbed it and hid it in my backpack. I also took a pretty pen from her desk. I actually felt guilty afterwards, but I don't think anyone noticed. I never even read the book again. But looking back now, screw you, Mrs. Cotter, for humiliating a little kid just trying his best. Also for not letting me eat Thanksgiving feast with the rest of the class in first grade because I forgot my mat. Screw her for that too. And yeah, I don't regret taking back my book.